No, stop it. I didn't. Oh, is it going? All right. Well, anyway, I just got back from the thing, and it still hurts from the stitches. But anyway, on the last video I just did about the Moses, Moses and Trump and Pharaoh, I'd made a mistake. I had to do another one, and I made a mistake on that one. It's because in it I said, and what if Moses did this? And I meant to say, what if Trump did this? But anyway, I'm going to have to get back to my original, get away from this political stuff and start doing my original idea of the stories, you know, from visions and what have you. But you know, this last one was a vision I had of the wall. You know, Trump wants this wall 50 feet high or whatever, but mine was 5 miles. But it wasn't this way, it was vertical. And what it was is it was a agricultural wall or belt. And they had got together with U.S. pros, you know, in the know of agricultural and water and everything, and then some from Mexico and from Israel. And why include Israel? Because, you know, they're the blessed people. Bless Israel, you'll be blessed. Curse Israel, you'll be cursed. But anyway, it was a combination of the three. They created this, instead of a wall, it was like about 50 yards on our side and 50 yards on their side. You could probably shrink it to 40. But this was a no-go zone. And then for a 2-mile wide strip, from our ocean down here south to the Gulf of Mexico or whatever ocean it hits over there, the entire length of it, and they started it right here in Mexico. Just kind of used some of these people coming up in the caravans to kick it off and start it, clearing the land and what have you. And it was a grow belt. There was a no-go zone, and there was a couple of miles or whatever wide of, or 2 to 3 miles wide of strictly agricultural, you know, and it depended on the terrain, you know, like it's big canyons and it's avocados, and it's flat and then it's the kind of produce and stuff you can grow on flat land. And when it gets into the rocky, gnarly stuff, this is where the Israelis come in. They have ways of getting water out of the rocks and viney berries or whatever. But every inch of that 3-mile strip produces some kind of food. And then there's a road, and then on the other side of that road, dirt road by the way, it's only paved near the packing houses, and it's all lined with packing houses and factories for this or that, all having to do with the grow belt. And then on the other side of that was a strip a mile wide or whatever, and this is the housing that houses the people that works the fields and works all of this stuff and works in the packing houses and the factories. And this went from coast to coast. And eventually, when it came to where a city on our side, like San Ysidro, bumped up against Tijuana, eventually they moved those back. You know, in the first half a mile leapfrogs over, and the next one leapfrogs over, and the ones closest get the first pick of the. And actually, so both sides of the border were pushed back. The Mexican side was pushed back the entire 5 miles at each city that bumped it. And our side, we only went back a couple of 100 yards in some places and way back in other places. So that there's this continuous flow of agricultural. And then it got to the point where Mexico, they got in that no zone and they built the wall. They built the wall to keep all the illegal aliens from before, and even citizens of the U.S. coming over and taking the work away. Because all of this is a lot of work for a lot of people. And it's the citizens of Mexico that are working all of this. And then here people are coming back from the United States side and getting in on it, and they know they want to keep it for themselves. And so they built the wall. So that was the vision I had about the wall. And, oh, this still hurts. And anyway, that's the vision I had of the wall. 5 mile wall. 5 miles laying down. Not tall, laying down.